Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, and welcome back to the At Home Film Festival. This week we are saluting funny ladies, inspired by this one here, Rebel Wilson. Whether she's the star of the movie or a little small part, she always makes us laugh. She's such a riot. So you go, Rebel. And she's not the only funny lady out there, so let's take a look at 7 funny ladies. But wait, there's a twist. Yes. Have you seen Rebel's latest movie? It's bad. It's not funny. It bothered me so much that yes, she's the inspiration for this show, but we're actually looking at funny female actors in not so funny comedies. This is almost the anti-film festival because I really don't want you to watch these movies. Some of them are so bad, you'll probably want to anyway. I did try to stay away from the super boring ones, but let's take a look at 7 actresses. You could watch one a day for this week's festival, and I promise you, they're all super funny people, but these movies are not even close to super funny. Well, here we go. This is my inspiration for this week's show, Senior Year, starring Rebel Wilson. I was very excited when it came on Netflix. I love cheerleader movies, yes, so why wouldn't I love this movie? And I did watch it, and guess what? It had a few laughs, sure, but it's almost 2 hours long, a little long for a lighthearted comedy, even though it's not that lighthearted, actually. But the thing that gets to me is I love cheerleader movies, and I like when people mentally aren't the same age as their body. It's always funny, but this just didn't cut it for me. A lot of times you suspend disbelief when you like something, right? Like, like when they let her go back to high school and graduate in the same high school class at age 37. If it was good, I wouldn't mind that. And when they let her run for homecoming queen, I still wouldn't mind that. But since I didn't like the movie, I mind all of these things, and especially the crime that was committed. Yes, I know people are going to say, Kevin, don't be so serious about this. But there really is a crime in this movie. So her arch nemesis in Cheer Squad, she has these 2 twin girls push the men who were supposed to catch her out of the way so she would land on the ground, which she does. Then she goes into a coma for 20 years. But 20 years later, no one asks about, I wonder what happened and how they didn't catch her, or the guys didn't say we got pushed, nothing. And for a movie that's about 2 hours, it could have at least been 5 minutes saying maybe those twins went to prison because we never see them again in this movie. So for that reason alone, this movie bothers me. And the fact that it's not very funny, it tries to be super inclusive with all communities and all sexualities. But sometimes when you include too much, everyone's excluded. Because I don't enjoy this movie at all. You may not believe me, but go to Netflix, I promise. Big fan of Melissa McCarthy. Love her. But not Tammy, available to rent on Amazon. Tammy, which she co-wrote with her husband, shows that maybe Melissa just needs to be the funny person in front of the camera. Somehow she was able to drag along Susan Sarandon, Allison Janney. Oh, what a great cast she has. And even this preview isn't funny, where she tries to rob a fast food place. They obviously see it's her finger. It's really not good. It has Kathy Bates and Toni Collette. This should have succeeded. It even tries to add a lesbian element, maybe just to get us to like it for that reason. But there's nothing about Tammy that I like. Nothing. Nothing! Poor Susan Sarandon there. Diane Keaton is a major star. Major! She does drama. She's done tons of comedies. She was in all those Woody Allen movies back in the day before he was canceled. She is appealing in every single way. So when she plays this blind woman in Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters, the biggest disaster is this movie. It has like 3 vignette segments put together kind of haphazardly. None of them really relate to each other very well, except for something to do with a wedding. None of the 3 segments are even appealing. I really regretted watching this movie. I even saw it right when it came out because it looked so funny. And then come to find out, it's now Diane Keaton's lowest rated movie where she acts on Rotten Tomatoes. 3%. Only 3% of critics like this movie. The only movies of hers that did worse are ones where she's not on screen. She's the voice of a dog, like Look Who's Talking Now. Oh, Diane, I'm so sorry for you. Oh, come back, Diane, please. Obviously, you're a great actress because you play a blind person and therefore you probably couldn't read the script. Goldie Hawn is also one of my favorite comedic actresses, and The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox, which you can see on Stars for free, isn't the worst movie ever made. This tries so hard to be a big slapstick comedy, and the only slap I felt was on my face. I almost did this other comedy of hers called Lovers and Liars, but I realized that one's just boring, and it's also dramatic and comedy. So I'm trying to pick here a funny movie that's supposed to be funny, and I got nowhere with Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox. It had George Segal in it too. It was from the people that made A Touch of Class. This should have been good. No, it's not though. Promise you that. What do you get when you cross Bette Midler, Nathan Lane, Stockard Channing, and David Hyde Pierce? You get a movie called Isn't She Great? Available on Amazon for a few dollars. And it's the story of Jacqueline Suzanne, probably the raciest writer that ever lived. She wrote Valley of the Dolls. She had all the inside stories of Hollywood. That alone would make this seem like a movie that everyone would watch, especially when it has to do with Hollywood and all the racy things that happen. Unfortunately, it's not the worst movie in the world. It's not even Bette's worst movie. It has like a 24% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just kind of boring. It's so-so. You know, I don't know. I can't even think of boring words. Even John Cleese couldn't help it. What's going on here? All I know is Bette Midler is great. Isn't she great? But the movie is not so great. Our last 2 movies have to do with Christmas, so let's not ruin Christmas by skipping these movies in advance. Surviving Christmas, starring Ben Affleck, but it's got a double header of great comedic actresses, Christina Applegate and Catherine O'Hara. They can't elevate this movie that has only an 8% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, where Ben Affleck plays a rich man that decides he wants to go back to his home, even though other people live there, so he will pay them money to act like his family. Oh, if you want to rent this drivel, it's available for a few dollars on Amazon Prime. But if you really insist on watching this, why don't you wait for it to be free sometime, even on your late night TV with commercials? At least the commercials will be interesting. But what a waste of 2 great actresses, Christina Applegate and Catherine O'Hara. They are always usually wonderful. Our last movie is Mixed Nuts, and this bothers me to no end. By the way, you could rent it for a few dollars on Amazon Prime if you want to. It only has a 13% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it has one of the greatest casts I've ever seen in a film. First, it's from Nora Ephron, who wrote When Harry Met Sally and wrote and directed Sleepless in Seattle. It stars Steve Martin. The reason it's here because of Madeline Kahn, who's one of the funniest actresses I've ever seen. There she is very quickly. Oh my God, it's even got funny people that are sometimes not funny, like Adam Sandler's in. There's just comedians like Gary Shandling and Stephen Wright. Parker Posey. This has everything going for it except for humor. It takes place in a hotline center for people trying to commit suicide. That's always a riot. So it's all the things that people go through trying to save people's lives. Side splitter. Oh, wow. I've tried this movie so many times because I love everybody involved with it. I just turn it off in dismay and decide, oh my God, don't let people trying to kill themselves watch this movie because they might succeed. Well, that's our show of the week. I hope you come back next week. Until then, I'm going to leave with some fun moments from Madeline Kahn, because she left our world too early, and she's very a funny comedian. She actually stole this movie, What's Up, Doc, from Barbra Streisand. But let's listen to little Madeline.
Hello? Hello?
I love...
Hello? Hello? Is there any... Hello? Hello? This can't be the Larrabee. Why, those are Howard's. What on earth are you doing with Howard Bannister's rocks?
I also hope you share and subscribe, and tell your friends to subscribe and to share. Oh, and here's Madeline Kahn in her first of 2 Oscar nominations for Paper Moon.
I understand how you feel, but you don't have to worry. I mean, one of these days you're going to be just as pretty as Mademoiselle, maybe prettier. You already got bone structure. When I was your age, I didn't have no bone structure. It took me years to get bone structure. And don't think bone structure's not important. Nobody started to call me Mademoiselle till I was 17 and getting a little bone structure. When I was your age, I was skinnier than a pole. I never thought I'd have nothing up here. You're going to have them up there, too. Look, I'll tell you what. Want me to show you how to use cosmetics? Look, I'll let you put on my earrings. You're going to see how pretty you're going to be. And I'll show you how to make up your eyes and your lips. And I'll see to it you get a little bra or something. But right now, you're going to pick your little ass up. You're going to drop it in the back seat. You're going to cut out the crap. You understand? You're going to ruin it, ain't you? Look, I don't want to wipe you out. And I don't want you wiping me out, you know? So I'm going to level with you, okay? Now, you see, with me, it's just a matter of time. I don't know why, but somehow I just don't manage to hold on real long. So if you wait it out a little, it'll be over, you know? And even if I want a fella, somehow or other I manage to get it screwed up. Maybe I'll get a new pair of shoes, a nice dress, a few laughs. Times are hard. Now, if you fool around on the hill up here, then you don't get nothing. I don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. So how about it, honey? Just for a little while, let old Trixie sit up front with her big tits.
Let's not forget her in Young Frankenstein.
Where am I? Who are you? What are you? What do you want? What do you want to do to me? Calm down. I'm not afraid of you. How much do you want to let me go? My father is very rich. You would have the entire world at your fingertips. Listen, I have to be back by 11:30. I'm expecting a very important call. Speak! Speak! Why don't you speak? Oh, you can't be serious. Oh my God. What? I'm engaged, and once he took but I didn't, it was never time.
High anxiety.
Listen, mister, I don't go for this sort of thing. I know a lot of the other girls are turned on by these sort of kinky phone calls, but I really couldn't care less. Why don't you, get my room number? I am not going to listen to any more more of this. I mean, I've had just about enough. What are you wearing? Jeans? You're wearing jeans? I bet they're tight.
And let's not forget Blazing Saddles, her other Oscar nomination.
I've been with thousands of men, again and again. They promise the moon. They're always coming and going and going and coming, and always too soon.
Tell us.
I'm tired of playing the game. Into the crying shame. I'm so tired. Goddamn it, I'm exhausted. So, cowboy, what's your name?
Tex, ma'am.
Tax man. Tell me, tax man, are you in show business?
No.
Well, then why don't you get your friggin' feet on?